A little bit about a costume saber that I've made. I have a couple different Obi-Wan Kenobi costumes, and the last time I wore them was to the San Diego Comic-Con back in 2004 and 2005. When I went back then to the Comic-Cons, I had an EL saber, an electroluminescent saber. And I noticed in a lot of the photos when I got back from the convention that, the convention center has those bright halogen lights in there. If someone took my picture and they did not have a flash on their camera, the blade was kind of a light blue, but kind of had a plastic look to it. If they used a flash, it washed the EL blade out completely, and it just made a white plastic tube is what it looked like. Now, I know a lot of us have started using, Master Replica started making the LED sabers with the LEDs that go up the tube, and there's other conversion kits you can get to put an LED in your hilt to go up into a hollow blade, and I think those look really great in a lot of photos that I've seen. A lot of them are quite bright. If there's no flash, or you're in a darkened area of a convention center, the hallway or something, the blades actually do look really good. If you're in down on the convention floor with those bright lights, it still looks pretty much okay. But I wanted to make a little saber that I could carry around. I did not want to spend a lot of time or a lot of money on it. My main reasons being that when you have your picture taken in costume, sometimes it's from the waist up, sometimes it's a head to toe, and a little lightsaber in a photo is just tiny. It's either hanging on your belt or your hands are covering most of it anyway, so I didn't want to spend a lot of time or money making something that was really super accurate. This lightsaber handle is all metal. It's a Parks saber from the initial run that we did on the RPF back in like 2004 or something. I haven't done anything to it except to weather the emitter a little bit with a little bit of aluminum black. Everything else is pretty much just untouched raw metal, as you can see. The only thing I've done to make this a costume saber is I've added this blade. Now I've taken a PVC tube and I've attached it to the saber, and I've covered it in a reflective material, similar to the reflective material that they used in the original Star Wars movie. And I thought about doing this for a while. I wasn't really sure what type of reflective material to use, but I decided on something that's called a retroreflective. And I had not heard about it before. It's something that I actually saw on Mythbusters during their Moon episode. On Mythbusters, they talked about retroreflective material and how it always reflects light back to its light source. Now, the reason why I'm shooting this with my iPhone, even though I do have a digital camera, is that the iPhone has a flash on it that you can turn on in movie mode. I have it covered with my finger right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove my finger from the light source so that the light and the camera are both pointed in the right direction. And when I do that, you're going to see that the blade starts to glow because it's reflecting the light source back to the camera. One of the reasons why I like this so much is that I don't have to worry about charging or changing batteries or anything like that. If I'm walking around at a convention and somebody takes my picture, if they don't have a flash, the blade is going to appear to be blue, and because this is a reflective material, it's going to reflect those bright lights of the convention center, and it's going to be a very light blue or reflective blue. That's if they're not using a flash, and obviously if they are using a flash, because the flash and the camera lens are on the same plane, it's going to reflect the light back to the camera, and it's going to glow like a lightsaber. So it's just a quick, easy, no battery required type effect that I can make with this little costume sword. And you can see if I take my finger here, there's my finger, and I cover the light source on the camera with my finger, you'll see that the light just goes on and off depending on whether there's a light source or not. It's pretty versatile in its angles. I'm in a room, I'm in my dining room, I've got sunlight pouring in, I've got the chandeliers lit, but you can see that at most angles, it's going to reflect the light back to the source and give a nice lightsaber effect, and obviously the further away it is, the better the effect is. So I think this is going to work really well in a costume setting at my next convention. Hopefully I'll be able to attend, and hopefully I'll be able to wear my Obi-Wan Kenobi costume, and hopefully the photos will look great. I guess we'll see. So thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, let me know.